Hey, what is up guys, I'm Vio, and today I'm going to bring you another Super Team video, and this Super Team video is actually going to be on the Philadelphia 76ers. And if you're not already aware of this series, what I do is pretty much go through every single team and say why they could be the next Super Team. I'm not saying it's going to happen, it's all hypothetical, everything's hypothetical, so don't take it anything too literal, because yes, these are real reasons why they could be, but I'm not saying that these teams are definitely going to be super team. No, I'm saying this is possible reasons. So without further ado, without me rambling on too much, let's get right into this video. So actually, the first reason I'm have for them being the next super team is all their young talent, because obviously they have Joel Embiid, who just signed a 5-year, $148 million contract, but he's been very injury prone. He only has 31 games in a 3-year period, but in those 31 games, he has managed to average 20.2 points per game, 7.8 rebounds per game, and 2.1 assists per game, and also 2.5 blocks per game. And yes, he's injured, but he's extremely good, and if he can stay healthy, he could be a once-in-a-lifetime player. Then they also have Ben Simmons, who they picked #1 overall in the 2017, but he was out his entire rookie season with a foot injury that he got in the summer league, so unfortunately that happened. But in his preseason games this year, he has averaged 5 rebounds per game, 6 assists per game, and 12 points per game. Then they also have Markelle Fultz, who they picked #1 overall in this year's draft, and he averages in his few preseason games 2 rebounds per game, 2.5 assists per game, 1 steal per game, and 10 points per game. Yeah, kind of low, but yeah. And they also have Robert Covington, who is a 26-year-old who averages 12.9 points per game, 1.5 assists per game, 6.5 rebounds per game at small forward. So he's kind of a bench player, but he's still young and pretty good. So as you can see, they have tons of young talent, with Joel Embiid probably being one of the best centers in the entire league. Ben Simmons, no one can really tell, but even Magic Johnson has said that he thinks Ben Simmons will be a once-in-a-lifetime player. And Markelle Fultz, he was obviously the #1 pick. So they have 2 #1 overall picks and Joel Embiid, so no telling how good this young talent could actually turn out to be. Well, the second reason that I actually have for the Philadelphia 76ers to be the next super team is, for once in a lifetime, obviously, everybody has been healthy, because Philadelphia has been plagued over tons of injuries, because over their years, the 76ers star players have always been injured, including Joel Embiid. He's only played 31 games out of a 3-year period. Although he's really good, he's still only played 31 games. And also Ben Simmons, their #1 overall pick, didn't even play a game due to a broken foot his rookie season. Markelle Fultz kind of got hurt in the summer league, but he's all right now, but still got hurt. And as of right now, everybody is healthy, which could be extremely good for the 76ers, because could you imagine point guard Markelle Fultz, shooting guard Ben Simmons, and center Joel Embiid? That would be a nasty lineup, and if they were all healthy, that would leave them with 3 of the league's highest young prospects in probably the league right now to be like on the same team. And if they live up to their hype that everybody's giving them, there's no telling how great this team could be. Obviously, probably they aren't going to live up to the amount of hype that they're getting, but if they're even half of their hype, that team will be a playoff team this year, mark my words, if they're as good as people expect them to be. And my third and final reason is actually their overall depth. So a lot of people take this for granted, but just look at their starters. They have Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Robert Covington, JJ Redick, a good veteran that can really shoot, Markelle Fultz. So they have Markelle Fultz, a really young point guard that was #1 overall. Ben Simmons, a #1 overall pick at shooting guard. Joel Embiid, one of the best centers in the league. Robert Covington, a pretty knockdown shooter. And obviously JJ Redick, a all-around great shooter that's a veteran. But then you also have their bench that consists of a 12th overall pick in Sarge, a #3 overall pick in Nick Stauskas, and TJ McConnell. He's a decent point guard. But let's just go over what their bench is. Sarge had a very, very average season, which is good for a role player. They have 3 really great role players. Stauskas has a chance to actually become starter caliber, but for TJ McConnell and Sarge, I think those are just going to stay bench players, but those are extremely good players to come off their bench. And they also have Jahlil Okafor, who is a #12 overall pick. And Jahlil Okafor is actually a really good center that would probably start on most teams. The Pelicans were actually looking to get a trade for him until they got DeMarcus Cousins. If they could have got Jahlil Okafor, that would have still been good, as he is definitely a starting caliber center. And the only reason he doesn't still start is because obviously he is overshadowed by Joel Embiid. But unfortunately, that's pretty much going to be the end of this video. Before I wrap it up, let's just recap what I went over. So their young talent is a huge, huge reason that they could be the next super team. They have Joel Embiid, hands down, one of the best centers in the entire league, if he could stop being injured. Markelle Fultz, one of the highest prospects, and Ben Simmons, another really high prospect in the league. So they have two players pretty much going into their rookie year, and Joel Embiid looking to at least stay not injured. And if they can all three live up to their hype, no telling how good this team could be. Then, if everyone is still healthy, because obviously the 76ers, like I said, had injury problems, but if everybody can stay healthy, this team could definitely be a playoff contender. And also, they're depth, because although they have a really good starting lineup, they also have three really good bench players, and one of them could possibly start on most NBA rosters. So at any point, guys, if you like the video at all, comment below and hit the like button, and also hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers. That would be amazing. It would be, I don't know, I'd mind blown if I had 100 subscribers. But just think. And if you agreed with me at any point, like I said, hit the like button. And if you want more Super Team videos, comment below if you want them. Or if you just want different videos, comment below. And if you agreed with me, also comment below. And kids, don't think I forgot about you either. Remember, never do vegetables, always eat drugs, stay safe, first seatbelt, goodbye.